Well, very good. And you see that property that is coming up a little bit later on this evening. And that, again, is going to be in Kunkletown, PA, I believe. Is that no, Pittsgrove, New Jersey. Excuse me, Pittsgrove, New Jersey. Kunkletown is coming up. And you see somebody sitting next to me here. Hi.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, this is Bonnie Childers. She works here not only at auctionnetwork.com, or has been for the last, 6, 7 years, I guess,
Sure,
right? And now over in the office at Williams & Williams. So first tell us a little bit about that transition, having worked on the Auction Network internet side of things and now working in the office. What is your new role?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I'm doing all the auction operations for the company, and as you know, we have auctions that are taking place on the lawn as well as online, and that's what makes us so unique and special, is that we offer bidders the opportunity to both go online or on the lawn, or both at the same time.
So you're now more involved in the online auctions?
And right now we are going to be talking about the online auctions, yes.
Okay. Well, you can correct me if you want to.
You ask me any question, Jeff, I'll tell you the answer.
Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, correct me. But I know that's the subject. I guess maybe you're not directly involved in that, but you're here to talk a little bit about online onlys. And we talk a little bit about online onlys here, and giving you the description and when the bidding is open and when the bidding closes on those online only properties. But Bonnie is here to tell us a little bit more about that and how to get involved. So first off, let's say I'm new to Auction Network. I have to register first, correct?
That's
like
right.
any other auction website.
Oh, sure. You first become a member on auctionnetwork.com, and then the property that you're interested in, you then register for that property, and all of that is free.
Okay, so it's an easy registration process on the internet. I'm pointing over here because that's where my computer monitor is. I don't know where yours is. Well, yours is right in front of you because you're watching us right now. But so, it's an easy registration process to go through that, put in your information and so forth. And then what, do you get a response back right away and says,
Absolutely.
Hey, you're registered, congratulations?
Yes, you get an email response directly in your inbox just as soon as you register for that property, indicating the terms and conditions that you've agreed to. And it is a very simple process to register for online-only auctions.
All right, so pretty easy to do that. Check it out on the website and just click on that register button, and that'll be the way you get into that. Now, so what's the difference, I guess, pretty basic, I suppose, even before asking the question, but between live from the lawn type auctions where we have a live auctioneer and our online only auctions?
Sure, and that's why we use the word only, because it is exclusive to our Auction Network members only. It is only offered online. And now our live auctions have an auction team on site, and those bidders are able to go to the property that the auction is taking place at and bid there and compete with the online bidders. With the online only auctions, they're only exclusive to auctionnetwork.com members and those members who have registered for that auction. And you only bid online.
Okay. So it does kind of cut out the competition of having people on site as well at the same time.
That's right, because there's no auction taking place on site.
So when you're doing this online, it's like any other online auction that we might know out there on the internet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just like a timed auction. You and your laptop or mobile device can bid from anywhere at any time on these auctions as they become available.
And you do have to keep coming back and checking your bids because somebody may bid higher than you, and so just like any other auction, you want to keep coming back frequently to see, oh, that property I bid on, that lot number 7 or whatever, what is the bid currently, and if somebody has outbid me, well then I have to go back in and raise my bid and keep doing that all the way up till the end time of that auction, right?
And what is so convenient is we do offer auction alerts, and actually we don't offer it, you just get it. It's part of the package. So when you're outbid, a notification comes directly to your inbox and you're notified that you've been outbid, and it gives you the opportunity right there just to click on that link and to raise your bid at that point.
Okay, so you do get notified that your bid has been outbid and now it's time to go back to the website and raise your bid or what have you.
Yes, that's right.
So this is interesting because obviously there's people that are sitting at home on their computer or in their offices on their computer, and they're bidding on properties all across the country, some of which they may have never even seen in person, which is kind of an interesting dynamic to begin with.
Sure.
But a lot of this is investment property, and we make it available to you here, and being able to do that online in an auction setting could possibly well, garner a lot of great deals out there.
Absolutely, and this particular way of auction for online only is really focused on that investor or that first-time home buyer that's looking for a great deal and a value band that can accommodate the place in life that they are at, and for the investor who's willing just to buy up a number of these properties in whichever states they might have interest. And so it is very easy to peruse that catalog, look at our auction lineup, and place bids accordingly.
All right, so we've talked about the registration process. Pretty simple. Just click on the register button, input your information, and then you're registered. But then you have to find where these are listed, and it's not that difficult either, but explain how do people know where the online-only properties are?
Sure, absolutely. They're actually everywhere. They're on the homepage. They're on our auction lineup. Anywhere that you might be looking on auctionnetwork.com, you're going to find those online-only properties.
One of the easiest ways, I think, is go to the top of the page where it says auction lineup, and in there you'll see a list of the live auctions, the live from the lawn auctions that are going to be held, but then there's also a little icon with a computer on it, and it says online only, and there's going to be a couple of those this week because we have a couple of days of online auctions that are ending. Some will be closing tomorrow, some will be closing on Thursday, but if you look at that, then you'll be able to click on there and you'll see the whole list. And then they're broken down, what, by states, I guess, all across the country.
And you can sort for your particular state of interest, or however many states or whichever zip codes that you want to sort by, and that is available for our online-only users as well.
All right, so we've registered, we've found the listing of these online-only properties. Now, how do you bid?
You push the button. All right. So, and that's all that's left, is to bid and to win.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's as simple as just clicking on the bid button.
That's right. And we do have an option where you can place a maximum bid. If you know, we do have them going by increments. Mm-hmm. So whatever those established increments are for that particular property, then you would just simply go click the button for increments. But if you have other things to attend to, another business that you need to take care of inside of a day, then you can simply place a maximum bid and the computer will bid on your behalf.
Oh, so if you are outbid, then it'll continue to raise your bid up to whatever your maximum is that you want to bid.
That's right. So long as you have put that maximum bid number in there, it will bid on your behalf.
Now, one thing I didn't ask about the registration process is if I do want to bid on one of these online properties, do I have to prove I have the money up front? How do you prove that, or what is the monetary idea there?
We know that our bidders who are agreeing to those terms and conditions are bound and held to those terms and conditions.
So it's a legal contract.
That's right.
So if I bid and I win, then I'm obligated to pay whatever that high bid was.
That's correct.
Okay. So there's no physical proof, in other words, of showing you my bank statement or something like that?
Not in most cases. Not in most cases. But if you'd like to show me yours, I'd be glad to look at it.
Hold my wallet up to the little camera on my monitor. No, I don't know. That wouldn't work. It looked pretty empty. But anyway, so that makes it pretty simple. Now, what's a current bid versus a proxy bid? I think that's an interesting question.
So proxy bids, absentee bids, maximum bids, it's about the same thing. You are placing a bid up front that is more than the asking price that we are asking for right now. And we hold that amount in reserve on your behalf, so that if another competing bidder comes in at the next increment available, we are able then to use that money that you've told us that you're authorizing us to use.
And, you know, I was mentioning that, you know, come back often and see if you've been outbid. Of course, Bonnie mentioned that you're going to get those alerts. If your bid gets outbid, then, of course, you're going to get an alert and you need to come back and then bid again. But I understand, too, there's a little fail-safe system to this whole process, and that is if we get close to the end of the auction time and there's a lot of bidding going on, it'll extend that auction time, right?
That's right. And at the end of the auctions, that's when all the fun happens, because everybody's in, everybody's playing, and the bids are coming in with rapid fire, and the time gets extended. So at the very last 3 minutes of the auction, if a bidder is to place a bid, it extends the auction time 3 additional minutes and allows another competing bidder to then bid. And it just keeps going that way almost eternally until the competition stops.
Oh, I see. So that can keep going on. There's no specific time, there's no specific number of overtime periods, so to speak.
That's right.
In this game, that can keep going on until you have a winner.
Until the competition ends, the auction continues to go.
It's kind of like the NHL playoffs. You just keep playing until there's a winner, and it just depends on how long that goes. All right, well, that's interesting. Now, what happens then if I am the high bidder? I guess I will see it maybe if I'm online at the time, or if I've placed a proxy bid, I won't know, but I will probably get an email. Is that the way it works?
That's right. And fireworks and congratulations, and the bid button turns high bid, and yay, you're the winner.
Flowers and champagne?
That's the good part. That's the fun part of
no
auction.
flowers and champagne, probably.
And of course, you do get an email follow-up in your inbox.
And then you do have to produce the payment.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So,
That's correct.
and how is that done? Bank draft? I don't know.
There's a number of different methods in which the buyer can give us the payment, and the closing representative walks the buyer through step by step every bit of the process. So as soon as you're the high bidder and you fill out that form in your inbox, then you're handed over to your own special customer service representative that's going to help you continue to walk you through that process.
All right, so let's say I've been bidding, and I've been bidding on 2 or 3 properties this week in the online only auctions, and I have been outbid on all of them. But I want to go back and see what in the world did those sell for? What was the high bid? How did I get outbid, or what did it end up being? Because I placed my high bid at $20,000, but I want to know what it sold for. Where can I find the results? Is it there?
Results, yes, results.
Okay.
And so right there on our homepage, we do have our results for those days' auctions, and you can go back and look at the auction history and kind of see the story on each one of those properties and see where they started and then where they eventually ended up. And we always have to remember on our auctions, they are subject to seller confirmation. So even though a bidder may have achieved the high bid status, it still has to be submitted to our seller for approval.
Right, okay. Well, this is interesting. Now, have I left anything out that you want to add to our little discussion here?
Your bank statement.
Oh, what about it? You don't want to look at my
Yeah, you were
bank
supposed to
statement.
show me that you had.
No,
Oh,
you
okay.
don't want to.
Okay.
You don't probably want to look at my bank statement. It could make you sick. Yeah, it makes me sick. All right, well, Bonnie Childers, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Jeff.
Very interesting and insightful, and obviously, hopefully, we've helped you a little bit learn about the online-only auctions right here at auctionnetwork.com, and maybe you don't want to bid on any of the live properties, but look at that online-only list. As Bonnie was mentioning, you can get to it a couple of different ways. Look at the auction lineup, or look at the bottom of the properties list on the right-hand side of your screen where it says online only. You can click on those as well. That'll open up the list. You can bid on those properties and then come back and check your bids, make sure that nobody has outbid you, and then if you do win, you're the high bidder, then you submit your payment, and hey, who knows, you might pick up some great deals right here, and that is why anybody goes to an auction, isn't it? I mean, really, they have those storage units that are up for auction, and we have homes that are up for auction, and car auctions all over the country, and so forth. And the reason why people go to auctions is because they're looking for a great deal.
Well, and it does provide the best market value. Auction does tell us what the market is willing to pay for a property.
Yeah, that's true.
From artwork to cars, you've mentioned it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. So that's kind of
Real estate is no different.
Bonnie, thank you very much. Nice to see you again, even though you work in a different part of the building now.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Jeff.
We'll have to have you back again sometime. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with a little bit more here at auctionnetwork.com.